What's up, my people out there in the world? Having a grand day, fabulous Wednesday in September 2021. I would like always to give a shout out to the HBCUs and make sure that they get recognized because man, I rep for the HBCUs, especially Bethune-Cookman University now. Uh, big shouts out to all of the alumni, even Divine Nine, all that. Big shout out. But I had a question that came up since, Deion Sanders. Everybody know Deion. He's from my hometown, from Fort Myers, Florida. 239 people know what Fort Myers is. Some of y'all know what Fort Myers is, but you gotta know what Fort Myers is, and prime from them. You know what I mean? And me being a supporter of the Bethune-Cookman University, the Bethune-Cookman University, I kind of had this question came up. One of my homeboys, James Chaney, we always talked about this. He's a Florida State alumni. He and also a very good friend of Deion. He brought up about Wyatt, Alvin Wyatt, probably the smoothest, best dressed coach in the history of not only HBCU football, but just college football. Alvin Wyatt was so clean that sometimes you didn't know if you was going to watch a football game or if you was going to the old school juke, because his leisure suit game was so smooth. You almost thought you was at concert. You almost thought you was at a Harold and the Blue Notes concert because that's what he looked like. But now you got Deion, modern day, dapper young man himself, always kept himself as one of the sportiest, athletes out there. Swag was just what Deion brought to the game. He introduced swag to the game. You know what I'm saying? And, but everybody overlooking Alvin Wyatt, Coach Wyatt, when Coach Wyatt had the swag before Deion really even was out there in the world, man. Coach Wyatt was coaching in the 70s with this swag. And he was also a very good football player. So my question to everybody, because here's my take on it, my question to everybody is, who do you think was the smoothest and was the cleanest? You can answer in the comments or wherever you see this posted at. But my biggest question, I have to say that Prime got to earn his dues, man. We know he was sporty on the field, and we know that he always, dressed to the part. Now Prime got his thing, he got his swag, but Alvin Wyatt, it could be raining outside. You know how some coaches have they clean shoes and they dirty shoes. If it's raining outside, you ain't gonna wear your good cleats or your good sneakers at the game because you don't want to get them. Alvin Wyatt, I can remember going to a classic. This is when I was a young kid. Alvin Wyatt, and it's a picture. I couldn't find it. It's a picture of him in a all white leisure suit with a leather jacket. It was raining that day. Some sport so sporty in this man's heart said, you know what, man, I'm finna put on my leather jacket with the Michael Jackson medallions and stuff on it. When Deion walk on the field, see, that's the thing that Deion ain't doing. Deion is a leisurely, casual guy. He when he play coaching football, he have on his nice basketball shorts or his sweatpants. Deion can't live up to Alvin Wyatt if he ain't on his level. White leather suit, leather jacket, raining, classic. He knew everybody was going to be there. They ain't even come there. Most of the time when you see somebody coming to the classic, it's a lot of fair weather fans that just basically coming for the parties and then coming to see the band. They ain't coming to see the football game. Most of the time, the real alumni and then football enthusiasts like myself would stay for the whole game. The rest of these people, they leaving. But Alvin Wyatt knew that they were coming. In his mind, they were coming to see him. Y'all can tell anybody else about they come to see the band, they come to see the Marching 100, the Marching Wildcats, all the Aristocat. They could have said the 14K. No, in Alvin Wyatt's mind, they were coming to see him. Period. Paragraph. Period. Deion ain't on his level. Sorry. Deion is on everybody's level on anything else. Deion is one of the greatest football players of all time. Looks like he's making his way as being a notable coach, especially in a head coaching position that could be opening up pretty soon if things keep going bad. And we'll talk about that in a second. But as of addressing Alvin Wyatt, no, baby. You never saw a gray hair. You never saw him without a nice little taper on the little mustache. He had the real big Whispers mustache. I remember the Whispers, the twins with the big ass mustache. He had one of the big mustaches and a nice little baby fro until his last day of coaching. He's had the same black baby fro. Whoever his barber is need to be in the Hall of Fame as well. That man had the same jet black hair. Now, Alvin Wyatt was 145 years old when he stopped coaching, but he had jet black hair. You can't say that, God bless his dad, for Eddie Robinson. I mean, you look at some of the coaches right now that's younger, way younger than Alvin Wyatt was, and they out there, they look beat up, boy. Pete Carroll just happened to try to look smooth with his silver. Pete Carroll looked like he done ran down all of them with Bill Parcells. Oh man, I thought Bill was gonna fall out on the field. Alvin Wyatt, Deion. Hey, y'all, anybody know Deion personally? Like Jane Chaney, anybody that know Deion that talk to him on the regular? I don't talk to Deion on the regular. I know him from the neighborhood because of his family, knew my family, and he was a part of Fort Myers neighborhood. But I want you to understand, if y'all could tell Deion that he gonna have to step his game up. You can look good at press conferences. That ain't nothing. Go out there when it's 80% chance of rain and the whole ground is ankle deep in water, and you can still walk out there with a white leather suit and a leather jacket. When you can do that, Deion, then you could talk to me about being smooth. You sporty and all, you got your little swag, but you ain't got nothing on Alvin Wyatt. No. And then getting to the actual conversation about Florida football. Florida State is in a situation where if this keep going for the next 2 years, I think they're going to get this guy 2 years. They ain't going to do him like they did Willie Taggart for some odd reason. They're going to give him a couple years. Now, they still paying Willie. Maybe they got to give him a couple years because they can't pay 3 coaches. Florida State and revenue ain't like that right now. They ain't been winning like that, so they can't really do what they need to do. So what you need to figure out is Deion the guy? Give Deion a couple years at Jackson State. Let him start kind of beating up in the MEAC and winning. Because he got a little good groove going. He gonna take his lumps. Now take in mind, Deion Sanders ain't out the woods just because he looks sporty. He got a couple recruits that would have probably went to P5s, and he got them guys down there to do their thing. Cool with Deion. But let's also remember that it's a new day. And Alabama A&M still king of the hill. You got Southern and Cookman and all these teams that are used to competing at this level. Deion ain't just been going to run through these people. Okay? So is Deion the next guy at Florida State? Do you think that? I personally don't think that it's going to just be heaven on top of this. I don't think heaven's going to happen right away. I think that Deion's going to have his lumps. They're going to have to win, but I think Deion going to bring the right energy back. It's totally different. I made a post about, a podcast on the drive about Miami not being able to do that because they've tried it. See, the difference is Miami has went the alumni into circle route. Florida State has not. Florida State has not went, okay, we're going to go with this guy. They went with Jimbo, who was a pupil of Bobby's a long time ago in West Virginia or whatever, but he wasn't a part of Florida State. And I think that Florida State may get it right if they give Deion some time to develop an idea of what he wants to do with this college game, and then when he moves. So it's just like with Gus Malzahn coming from high school, getting that opportunity to be an offensive coordinator at one time, and then moving into, and it sounds like I'm kind of being hypocritical because of, you know, things that went on. But listen, man, prime time is what Florida State need. Miami done did that. Like I said, Miami need the Orange Bowl back. They got Doak Campbell Stadium, Bobby Bowden Field. God bless Bobby Bowden's soul, rest in peace. They need prime. Let Norvik, listen, man, Florida State is about to lose all their games almost. I think UMass is a possible. They might get out of, you know, it's sad to say, they might get out of Miami and NC State. So I think they got 3 wins that they could say that they 2.5, because Miami just, that's going to be the shittiest game of all time in Miami and Florida State rivalry history. Just let y'all know. But 2 out of, they got about 2 games they can win. After that, that's ass whoopings. I'm telling you, everybody is just can't wait to play. They homecoming games for everybody. Florida State is a homecoming game for everybody. If your homecoming was the week before Florida State, people is moving their homecoming parties for Florida State week. That's how sorry Florida State is right now. It's like, you know what? We might lose this homecoming game to Eastern Arkansas. Let's go ahead and play. Let's go and have our party, homecoming party and parade Florida State. That's how bad they are. People. Well, that was just all I wanted to rant about, man. It came to my attention. I was like, you know what? Who was the smoothest? Like I said, Alvin Wyatt, Bethune-Cookman University, Daytona Beach, Florida. Smoothest coach out there in history. Go check, you know, if you don't believe me, go Google Alvin Wyatt and see what the first pictures pop up for you. You go and take in mind, these pictures are during games. These ain't no photo ops, these ain't no press conferences. These are during games when you see these pictures. One time again for HBCUs out there, man. Much love. Y'all like and subscribe to The Drive. All I'm do is have fun, talk shit. Y'all can get in the comments or whatever. Y'all got any topics y'all want to talk about within college football or Florida football or whatever. Let me know, man. I'll give you my take on it. It might be some shit you don't like, or it might be some shit you laugh about. But you know what? It's going to be just real. Peace.